Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Andy Mack, and I'm back with another transition video. This time, I got a jacket on because this transition is about to be cold. Don't hold me to that, because if you guys think these transitions are kind of whack, then I'm going to look like a lame. Well, anyways, you guys seem to like these transition videos. Earlier on, I think last month or this month, I believe it was last month, maybe 2 months ago, who knows. I uploaded a quick little video of me doing a transition I like to do from time to time. It's Drake's back-to-back into Black Rob's Whoa. You guys seem to like it, so I figure why not, let me go ahead and explain it. For the sake of this video though, I'm not going to be doing screen flow. I'm not going to be able to record what I'm actually doing on the screen, only because my MacBook is running pretty glitchy with me today, since it's an older MacBook, and I haven't really switched everything over to my newer one. So I'm still running a lot of my, Serato off of this one, and I just really haven't moved everything over. I don't want to let this one go quite yet. So I'm not going to be recording the video. I'm just going to kind of be doing things and talking and explaining how I'm doing them. So just know that I am doing this live and direct, and this is not pre-recorded. So let's go ahead and get into it. Back to Back by Drake. I'm starting off the track from right here. Not from the very beginning, just for the sake of the video. What I go ahead and like to do, and what I'm going to be looping though, is this part. When the track gets into it, and he's rapping, he's bodying people with his singing self. I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Before I even drop the track, I want to go ahead and skip to that cue point that I said where he says, "Well," I'm gonna go ahead and loop that in one bar loop. So that way, when he's talking, Jordan 96, 97, I'm gonna let that ride out for a little bit, build up a little bit of drama, and then I'm gonna come in with my up fader, scratching up Black Rob's Whoa. But before I do that, before I actually drop it, I'm gonna cut the bass on Drake's voice saying "whoa," and then that way, when this one hits, it's going to hit a little harder. Now I'm going to let it ride out for about 16 bars or so. That's too long for some people. I like to kind of let it ride out like that. I like to mess with the up faders, with effects a little bit like this. But to each is their own, and this is just a demonstration. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Go ahead and drop your sample.
Andy Mack.
Yeah, I learned the game from William Wesley. You can never check me. Back to back for the niggas that didn't get the message. Back to back like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Uptown, she was whoa. Had me fucked up in the head, I mean whoa. Bought the bitch diamonds and pearls, I mean whoa. Should've seen them shit shining on the wrist. Whoa. Now whoa.
So I hope you guys caught that. After I went ahead and brought in Black Rob's Whoa, for people who know the song, kind of get what's going on, they get a little bit of hype. I like to build a little bit of drama by, bringing it in a little nice and slow. So it lets you wonder, like, what's going on, and then boom, when it hits, it's kind of cool. In my opinion, that's what I think of. You guys might think is kind of whack. But also, and then every time Black Rob was about to say, and that was like, I would cut to Drake's Whoa. So it made it fun for me to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. The key with a lot of these transitions, especially like wordplay transitions like that, if you're going to be going back and forth with them, one is timing, and two, there should be one is preparation, and two is timing. You got to prep all these tracks before. You got to set your cue points before you even go ahead and mix into them. Before you even go ahead and mix into them, you want to set those loops ahead of time. That way, when you drop it, it's going to activate that loop when it gets to that point, and it's going to do that work for you. If I was to try to loop it at one bar right then and there, there's a 50-50 chance I'm going to catch it right on time. I'm going to catch that auto loop perfect, and there's a good amount of times I'm not going to catch it right, and then it's not going to really sound right. So hope you guys enjoyed that quick little demonstration. Let's go ahead and get into some other transitions. I like to do. So this next one, I'm going to be using a song that I've actually used in a previous transition video. I used this song, I believe, in the How to Transition Through Genres. This is Hit the Gas, the DeVille Epic Acapella Intro. And then I'm going to be going into Too Short's Burn Rubber. Now let's go ahead and let me break it down how I'm going to do it and what part I'm going to use and how I'm going to pull it off, I guess. So we're going from the beginning. Obviously, it's an intro.
Slow down. Slow down. Grab the wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall.
I'm going to use this part of the acapella
and smash them all now. Speed up. Guys, sped up.
And then I'm obviously going to Burn Rubber.
Sped up. Go.
So in this scenario, basically how I would pull this off, I would already have Hit the Gas playing. It's already playing live. It's kind of, midway through the song. I'm ready to transition over. But how I'm going to achieve that is I got to jump to the beginning of the track, and I want this to play at the same exact time because I feel like it'll line up perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this player playing. So I'm going to have a cue point set at the very end of the track. So the player is playing. There's no sound coming out because this cue point is at the very end of the track. I'm going to hit the cue point where I want to start this one.
Slow down.
Not that one, this one.
Slow down. Slow.
As well as the very beginning of the track.
Slow down. Grab the wall.
So you can kind of get the gist of what I'm going to go for. Now, I would run out of time if I just let this one play and then let this one go in. So in order for me to kind of fill in the blank of the space between this one actually hits the beginning of the song, I'm going to do a little bit of scratching. So I'm not a huge fan of these jog wheels on these players just yet. I haven't had enough time to really dial it in. So my scratching is a little off. That's the disclaimer right there. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Slow down. Grab the wall. Wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall off. Hella thick, I wanna smash them all now. Speed up. Guys, sped up.
Burn rubber on you quick as hell.
So, hope you guys caught the gist of that. Alright, on this next transition, I'm going to be using a little bit of wordplay. I'm going to be going from My Sherry Amore. It's a Lemmy Vice times Action Jackson remix. This is a pretty dope remix. I'll play you a little bit. It starts off with, obviously Stevie Wonder. La, 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 and it goes on. It's kind of like a twerk remix in a sense. I like using it because of the beginning. And then I'm going to be going into La La La, Blade Runners blend. It's a Jay-Z song, so it goes something like. So you can kind of see where I'm kind of going to. What I like to do with this is I kind of like to end it off. I kind of like to cut out of My Sherry more to kind of be like, where is he going with this? And then I hit him hard with, obviously this beat I feel like is a pretty hard beat. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be doing this. The way I'm going to be bringing this one in is I'm going to be leaving it playing. But like I said, I had a cue point at the very end of the song. So there's nothing playing, nothing coming out. The song is playing. So right when I hit that cue point, it's ready to go. La 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 la.
Man, Fleeko was smoking that la la la. Benny Siegel was smoking that la la la. Neptune track smoke like la la la. Mr. Rock baby sing a la la la. Come on, excuse me, miss, I'm the shit. You should come hang with me, basically.
So if you guys caught that, I mean, with the beginning of this, if you have your cue point out, if you have your cue point set to each law, I mean, you could really change it up. You could possibly tone play it into something else. I like to do it like that. It's a lot simpler for me, especially if I'm gonna pull this off like in a club after a few drinks late in the night. I like to kind of keep these little routines a little simple for me, but I mean, to each his own, and you could really run away with this idea and make it your own. So this next transition, I'd like to do everywhere. Backyard boogies, weddings, sometimes even in the club if I feel like I could pull this off. It's an old school transition, and really this is really easy to do. I'm just using an acapella out. I'm going to be going from Rick James' Give It To Me. It's a DJ Scene re-drum, and it has an acapella out. I really like the acapella out because it's pretty hype. Ho, 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 somebody say ho! Say ho, ho! You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to be going into a party classic PYT. So this is one of those things where if you're playing some old school and you're playing for some older folks, or you're doing a wedding, and you're really trying to liven up the crowd and keep them hyped and keep them like, what's going on? This is crazy dope. You can pull off one of these bad boys. So make sure your BPMs are matching. This is very easy. I'm pretty much just gonna let it run out into the acapella outro, and then I'm gonna bring in this. So when people hear, obviously, people are like, oh, like this is crazy. You know, I don't know. And maybe I just think this. But yeah, for your mobile DJ fellas out there, this is some stuff that really can spice up your mixing, and is very easy to do, and you know, could work well for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you see there, very easy to do. I didn't do much difference. I didn't talk about how I brought in this track. You can bring it in however you want. You can already have it looped in your headphones ready to go, and then when you're ready to drop it for the acapella, once it hits, you can go ahead and drop it like that. I chose to put the low pass, high pass filter all the way on low, so there was no volume coming out. And then I chose to tap in my intro on PYT. Now when you do that, you get a nice effect in my opinion. But you don't always have to do that. And keep in mind, some mixers don't have that all the way cut off frequency on their filters. But Reigns do, and other mixers out there do. So it's all trial and error. Another way you could do it is you can slowly bring it in by tapping the cue point button. And this is very feasible, especially, you know, if you have controllers. Another way you could do it is you could scratch it in. You could, or, you know, if you wanted to do a combination of the both with the filter and the scratching, you could also do that as well. But it's one of those things, it's all about timing. So just make sure to practice it a lot in your lab, and then, I mean, you can pull it out and pull it off at a gig. Now this next one I'm going to do is very similar to the last one. It's just giving you two examples of two songs that I feel like would really work well. Now if you're playing for a mixed crowd, or if you're playing for like say your demographic, a lot of the crowds that I do are mostly, you know, Mexican, especially when I do mobile gigs. It's a lot of Mexican and American. It's a lot of Mexican American people, obviously. So you want to have a good mix of Spanish, and you want to have a good mix, obviously, of English. So one good thing to kind of try to switch genres, if you're trying to, you know, move into that Spanish, if you're trying to get into the up-tempo, more hype Spanish tracks, and you're trying to move your way there, is using a good acapella out. Pay attention to acapella outs and stuff like that. You can really use them as genre changers, but it really helps if you use a song that kind of complements them. So this, I'm gonna go, it's a party break song. What I'm gonna use right now is from DJ Class and Devin Blaze, or Dennis Blaze, my apologies. It's the Orangutan Get Crunk Party Break intro, and it has an acapella out. And then I'm gonna be going into, this is classic. Oh. El Tiburon. Let's go ahead and get into it. Pretty much I'm gonna do the same thing as the last one. I'm gonna let it ride out until the very end, and then this time I'll probably break it in scratching or something like that. Keep it a little bit hype. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Conseguía una fresca, got myself some rum, cause where I'm from sometimes you need some.
So I hope you guys caught that. If you didn't see what I did on the mixer, because it might be hard to see from your guys' angle, when I transitioned all the way over, what I used to cut it out, the the party break was just my high pass filter. I went all the way to the high, so it cut off completely. If you guys notice, I use a lot of echo, but very subtle echo. I have it set up where it's very subtle, very light. I feel like it complements a lot of these transitions very well.
A ver.
I'm gonna bring it in, tapping, off my mixer. So I'm gonna play around with it a little bit until I fully.
A ver, a mover la colita.
It's ready to jump.
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 A mover la colita.
It's ready to jump. 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 1, 2, ready, jump.
As you see there, I played a lot more with the beginning of this one. And I like to look for little keywords where I can actually transition out. So I chose to go from the very beginning. As you can see, when I had them in the mix ready to go, I could have let this one playing. I could have, let this one go and let it, kept going. But I didn't like where it was playing over in the top of this one. And I really wanted to come back to the very beginning. So I hit my first cue point to bring me back to the very beginning. That should round out this transition video for today. Leave a like and a comment down below if you guys want to see more transition videos, because I will literally put out as many transition videos as you guys like. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Hell no. I'll put out as many as I would like to put out. So hopefully you guys like that. Hopefully you guys like what I'm using. I'm actually using the new SC5000s on these bad boys. So go ahead and check out my review that I also have on the channel. It's just a quick my thoughts on these bad boys. So yeah, let's go ahead and exit out of this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Say, ho, ho, ho,